SVS. Are you ready to get into that, or should we get into that later? Because that seemed to be like the thing that everybody was interested in.
Woo! Yeah,
in our industry, on our side of the things.
I know some people that slept on CES because they're like, I only go to CEDIA, I only go to M-Wave, I only go to whatever. They don't go to CES. And look what happened. SVS threw out the rule book and they just said, surprise! We got something for you HiFi folk. We got diamonds in the grill.
Diamonds in the grill.
Hey.
Do you have pictures of that thing? Do you have some pictures that we can show?
I have. I don't know if I took that many.
Or how about their press stuff? Don't they have any press?
They did, dude. They literally had a
press. Cardi don't need no press.
Essentially, they have 7 speakers, 7 new speakers in this line. I think I took mostly video, man. I think I'm looking at my phone.
I know, but I saw like, people were posting the what is this? This thing. Let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, this. Let's see. Do they have anything with specs though, or no?
Mm-mm.
No,
they do not. Just pricing.
Just all these. So, real quick, what size are the ones on the big boy one? What's the big boy one? Pinnacle or Titan or Tower?
Pinnacle is the top. It's 8 inches.
Okay,
Aaron.
Yeah, that's what the website said, at least. Yeah.
So this top section here, I thought was interesting. So this top section is they're using force canceling.
Mm-hmm.
So here and on this bottom one, right? And then this centerpiece has its own enclosure.
Yeah.
There's like an MTM in the middle and all like curved and time aligned. Like which focals does that look like?
It looks like the Sopras. Yeah.
Sopra. Okay. So that's crazy that they can do this kind of cabinet. That doesn't look that simple.
Here, hold on. Look. You see this, right?
All right.
What's on, right? And then boom.
There you go. There's the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's dope, man. As soon as I saw that, I sent Nick an email. I was like, send me this your way or send me some my way or whatever at some point. Blah, blah, blah.
So those big were 8-inch. So they got 4 8s.
So the dual force canceling, they're ported.
Yeah, they're ported.
Yeah.
And here's the other side. Here's the other one. So this is the middle one. This is the Titan. This is the 6.5-inch driver. Okay. On your sheet. Where's your sheet at? You can put that on.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Titan. Oh, we can just switch back and forth. So that's the white one that I'm showing is the Titan. Let's see. There's the Larry. Hey, Larry. Yeah. Well,
that's interesting. I'm used to seeing like force canceling or dual force canceling, whatever you want to call it, where the speakers are dual opposed, whatever you want to call it, in a sealed enclosure. But I guess there's no reason why it couldn't work in a ported.
Yeah. You want to see something funny? My brother's taking BTS of me. Who do you see there?
Oh,
I'm doing BTS.
There he is with arms up. I was gonna say, I only see that guy like this.
I was doing an interview with Nick, and then right after that, I just walked behind them and was like, in the back of the video. Anyway, so that is the Evolution Titan, and then the smallest one is the Evolution Tower, 5 1/4-inch drivers.
5 1/4. What are this? Oh, the Titan is what? 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this one. Like, how low does it go? Because a lot of the SVS stuff typically doesn't go super low because I think they're just trying to make it have higher SPL so they can sell their subs. Not that they're doing it to sell their subs, but they expect people to use these with subs. They're
designed for that.
So I'm just kind of curious how low these go. Does anybody know?
No.
What's the F3 on these? No.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too. Like, did they tune them to go really low, or did they tune them to go like to 40 hertz, and then they expect you to still use a subwoofer so they still have sensitivity? Like, and what's the sensitivity? Is it 91 decibels or something crazy? I mean, with that many woofers, that's pretty crazy, man.
Who knows? Do I have any other photos on my phone? I got more on my my DJI, but
So these don't look like the same drivers that they use in their SVS Micro.
I mean, here's
They're definitely different drivers because those have the inverted surrounds. But if I were to look at the cabinet size, it looks about the same size as. Oh, this is ported though. That's what's weird. So I can't. I was trying to guess. Basically, I was trying to say, okay, well, here's the 3000 micro uses dual 8s in a sealed enclosure, but then it's active, and that thing goes down to maybe 24 hertz, 23 hertz, 24 hertz, something like that. So I don't think it's going to go that low, even if they have two, just because they're not active,
right?
But they're ported, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is
I really don't know.
This is the smallest bookshelf, and you can tell that it's the same woofer that they're using. Essentially, they changed.
Did they tame the treble?
I don't know, man. You couldn't hear shit over there. Like it was way too loud. It was way too loud. Anybody tells you, "Oh, I saw them at CES and they sounded great," yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because
they couldn't tell.
You do. There's no way. There's no way because their room, their demo room where the big ones were, it doesn't have a roof, and they were behind SK. SK had all kinds of stuff. They had a little roller coaster in the thing. Man, it was so loud. Oh yeah.
I'm always curious that like they don't like to do waveguide stuff, right?
No,
never.
Okay, yeah, none of them are waveguided. But let's go back to your little situation here. So so the one you just saw, that little white bookshelf, was the Ultra Evolution Nano.
Ultra Evolution, okay.
They had a pair of the Ultra Evolution bookshelves in the demo room as their rears. And they had the Ultra Evolution Center, of course. They had that in white as well outside. Which appear in my video. And then they had the Ultra Elevations. So this is finally they did a bigger, beefier elevation speaker.
So what size is the driver on this one? And what was it before? I think it was like 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 inch. I think this one is, I don't even know, dude. I think it might be a 6.5. Let's see.
A 6.5? That's pretty big.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
That's good.
I mean, don't quote me on that. It could have been a 5.25. It's they didn't have any to like hold or see. They just had them set up in the room. They always do a 5.1.2. They were. Oh yeah. There. Oh, sorry. Nick stated they were basically near full range in an interview I've seen with the guy trying to snuck behind. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that's the lineup. I think the biggest thing a lot of people are wondering is how high is that tweeter, and is that going to be, good in the seated position?
Oh yeah,
tower.
This tweeter here.
Yeah, that one in the middle. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
Do you remember what size of the woofer is in this Ultra Evolution Center?
No, but it looked like the Ultra Center. I think it's pretty much the same as the Ultra Center.
So would you say, it's kind of funny because every time I saw Nick and them talking about it, every time they had to announce, what speaker it was, even they were kind of getting confused because there's so many. They released so many at once. It's like, so this is the Ultra Evolution Titan
something.
Yeah, I don't know how people keep up with that. Real fast, I looked online. It's dual 6.5 inch on the center, and then the 4.5 inch mid range. Yeah.
Okay, 4.5. Okay.
That's a big. But I was looking at those. Like I was watching Chana's video. And by the way, Chana, you did a great job on that video. But I was watching it and I was thinking, I could actually, if they sound as good as they look, I could actually see having like a killer living room set up with those speakers. Because, like they don't. If you got them in that white for a home, for a living room setup, I think they pass the wife acceptance factor. I think
they look awesome. And what's the prices on these towers, Chana?
Biggest to smallest, 5K a pair, 4K a pair, 3K a pair.
All right, so that's getting up there.
Yes, I told them they grew. It's like they grown up. They got a hi-fi speaker that looks like a hi-fi speaker, and he said they want to be compared with all these other speaker brands. And here's a shot of the big boys in a second here. Where is it? Where did it go? Damn it. I had it queued up. What happened? Oh, shoot.
The only thing that I was wondering about is just where that tweeter height is when you're sitting down.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it could be too low, but I don't know. Maybe not.
It all depends. Yeah, it all depends. Like, who knows? Now the demo, I did bring my demo material because I know they always have a Blu-ray player there. So I was able to play some stuff and give Nick some extra music to play in their demos. But okay, there's the white. But yeah, I would need to hear these in a space, like here where I know what these sound like, and I wouldn't want to go with the big boys. I would rather go with the mid range, the Titans. That's the one.
Those big ones. I mean, if those are 8s, and they got 4 8s on them, I bet they're huge.
Yeah, they're pretty big. That's what I'm trying to get to my B-roll of it on this stupid YouTube video. Oh, okay. Here's the center.
Oh, I'm just trying to see what compares in price. What's around that $5,000 price range for a pair?
So I mean, this looks like the Ultra Center, right? Like, look at it, right?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing, I think, just with the new tweeter. You know, this guy right here. Let's see. Damn it. Here's another look at the back. The white
and
one.
let me know in the comments too if you guys have any questions about these. I'm sure a lot of people do. Let's see. How much are these?
I'm really excited. And somebody commented if they changed the treble. I was kind of wondering that too. I was thinking, I hope that the treble, the on-axis response wasn't bad, but the problem was that, like, if you have a room that's reflective, then that sound power, the overall response yielded kind of wasn't terrible. Certainly wasn't as bright as I've heard other speakers sound, but it was somewhat of a bright speaker for the both. I think the Prime was brighter than the Ultra, if I recall. But what Nick said in that video of Chana's was that the other two are 12 years old, you know? So now they've got like newer technology and a better understanding of maybe what better sound can be like. So I'm really going to be curious to see what these other ones look like.
That's my main thing too.
Like.
Because the other ones were always like pretty decent on axis.
Yeah.
It's the sound power and the directivity where you could see that thing would probably be bright.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I asked if they're ever gonna do anything like with a waveguide, but I guess not. They like mounting it directly on the baffle.
Yeah,
which is cool. Yeah,
it can sound
depends
good.
on the implementation. It can work, right?
Right.
Yeah, it could work. I think. I mean, it's impressive that they kept it under wraps for so long. Usually, we'd hear about it. You know what I mean? But instead, they dropped it without actually telling anybody, which was, it's pretty ballsy. It's everybody in the home theater and they're always trying to promote their stuff instead of. They're like, oh, hey, we're going to make something. It's going to be out in 6 months. And then when 6 months comes, like, hey, remember this thing?
Yeah.
It's out now.
What?
Like, what are you talking about? So much other cool stuff has happened in the last 6 months. I cannot find where I put this stupid B-roll for the black one. All right, whatever. But let's see. Other than the pricing, so Nick and I got into pricing, and you can get the bookshelves, 2 sets of bookshelves, the center channel, and the new ultra heights for under $5,000. So,
okay. I'm just looking at those THX or the Arendal 1723 THX Tower. Those are $3,899 for a pair. So that would compete with their
the lowest one. Oh wait, no, the middle one, the Titan, the one I want. Yeah,
the middle one.
Yeah,
with a 6.5.
Probably not as heavy as the Arendals.
That's
but
all in HDF, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
as long as those things have bass, dude, because the Rendals didn't really have any bass. So
Yeah, I mean, not as deep as what we thought it should have been.
what it looks like with 4/8. So those are 4,000 a pair. So then they're going to be in competition, with those mid-range towers.
I'm just looking here. Yeah. 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8s. And then they have the waveguide on these. I mean, construction looks good on both. So the SVS has always looked good. Like even in their lower price stuff, it's like, how do you guys afford to do this nice gloss finish? I don't even know how they do that. So yeah, they got that part down.
Here's the big one.
Definitely has a good look.
Oh yeah,
It does look pretty cool.
And then there it is. So here's a big one. Just a quick group. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to wait to see when people get a hold of those things to see how they go.
Yeah, it's a matter of like, and they don't have any what do they call it? Any stats or anything, any specs, really. Mm-hmm. So I'm just curious to how they're going to sound.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, yeah, me too. Maybe they'll compete with those Sonys that you just reviewed, Aaron.
Yeah. Gosh, man, those things were rough.
That's funny. All right, so SVS, yeah. I don't know which one would I want to review because I'm sure Nick will probably hit me up or something.
I'm sure I want all of them.
You want all of them?
Yeah, I'm like, send me every freaking one of them, dude.
Maybe
let's space it out.
Maybe the elevation. I think people are interested in the elevation because the old ones are pretty small, and they claimed 80 hertz or something like 60 hertz or 80 hertz, which you can get. But like most people, when I'd measure their elevations in the room, sometimes you'd have to cross them over realistically at like 120, depending on how far they were.
Yeah,
which, people like to get closer to 80. So maybe some of those. I'm scared to ask for these big ones because if they're as heavy as these Rendals, I don't know. Maybe the big ones.
Yeah, I want
Anna's over here to help me. I don't know.
I want all of them, man. I want to know how low that Pinnacle can get. I bet that thing gets stupid loud though.
Good.
Yeah. I'm really curious about the tweeter though, like you said.
Yeah.
And who else said? Did they tame the treble, the higher frequencies? Because if they did, and if they made the directivity smoother, man, it's pretty awesome.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.